Welcome everyone to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon game between the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers and the Westside Woolly Mammoths. And last night, Dan, we were treated to a good one.
Yes, we were. It's a long game.
The Unicorns and the Hoppers broke the record for most runs combined in the USPBL. Last year it was set at 22. This year they shattered that at 32 runs. A 17-15 ball game. And it was a good game, but it was a long game. It went 4 hours.
Let me just tell you, after the ball game, I just went home and went to bed. I was so tired.
Yeah, I did basically the same thing. I went home, fed the dogs, and went to bed. But for today, we got the Beavers and the Mammoths going at it, and we have two good pitching matchups.
Yes,
we have Kevin Matthews on the mound for the Beavers. He's 1-1 with a .64 ERA in 14 innings pitched. He's been phenomenal this season.
Yes, he has, Brian.
He has. Last time out, he went 3 innings, I believe, 3 or 4. He had like 9 strikeouts, but he also had like 9 walks. See, that was his issue. His control was all over the place last time he was out, but he still didn't give up a hit.
No.
The guy's a strikeout machine.
Yes, he is.
Players can't hit him, but he is prone to walking a lot of guys. So that's the one thing he's going to have to watch out for. That's literally the one thing he has to improve on, because his whip is .86. He lets less than 1 batter on per inning. He's just been great this whole season.
I mean, also look at Ernst. I mean, 17 innings pitched, has a loss for the Woolly Mammoths. He has only given up 20 hits, 15 strikeouts. I mean, his whip is 106. And then his ERA is 1.59. I read it the wrong person. So his strikeouts are 6. So, I mean.
Yeah, he's a good quality starter. So we're set to have a pitching matchup today, whereas yesterday we had two pitchers that just were not very good.
And luckily those two teams, the
did not play very well. They're good players.
Luckily, they get the day off and hopefully they'll get well rested for next week, because that was a long and brutal game.
Yeah, yesterday it was just a hitting matchup. There's a lot of errors yesterday. Let's hope we can cut down on those errors.
A lot of hit batters as well.
Yeah, two players got hit in the head yesterday by pitches. It's just there was no command from the pitchers, and there was a lot of defensive lapses. It felt like neither of the teams really were in it at the beginning. They just became a home run derby. We saw 5 home runs yesterday, 2 from Galikowski, 2 from Cruz, and 1 from Cam Stewart. And the 2 by Galikowski were just absolute moonshots to left field.
Yes, they were.
So it's going to be we have guys in these two lineups that can really hit them too. We have DeAndre Clark and Nick Wilson in the Beavers lineup who really can hit them out.
And for the Woolly Mammoths, you have Abbott, who has 2, and then you also have Palmer that can hit it out as well. And
we have 2 new guys actually in the lineups for the Beavers today. It's Michael. Let's see if I can get this last name right.
Mio Dziewski.
Mio Dziewski.
Yes.
And then we have Maloney also down there. They're playing left field and third base respectively. New additions for the Beavers. I think they're both from Michigan, aren't they?
Yeah. I was looking at Mio Dziewski. He's from Eastern Michigan. He was a catcher and he also plays outfielding. So, I mean, new career for him here at USPBL.
A new chance to shine for him, as well as he looks to put some good work in here today. And Dan, I had picked him as my player of the game.
Okay.
I knew nothing about him besides his college stats, but this is a different league. We don't know how he's going to perform here.
No.
And I picked him as my player of the game because I think he's really going to come out swinging for the fences.
Playing a safe bet there.
And then who did you choose?
I chose Nicholas Buckner. He's right now pretty dominant in that Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers lineup. Besides Nick Wilson and Clark, he's hitting .315. Has 17 hits, 9 and actually 6 RBIs and a homer. So that's who I'm going with.
Meanwhile, Steve decided to go with the Mammoths player and Alex Abbott, and say a pretty good pick from him. Abbott's been having a pretty quality season. So those are our picks for players of the game. Yesterday, the player of the game ended up being Chris Cruz. He had those 2 home runs. He had 5 RBIs on the day. But Quentin Alexander and Galikowski also had 4 RBIs apiece. Alexander not getting as much notification or fame from it because he didn't hit any home runs, but he had a solid game. He had several base hits, reached on a fielder's choice, and like I said, drove in 4 RBIs.
Yeah, he just found a way to get on.
And so we're going to go down to the field for the Beavers Mammoths lineup and the national anthem. So we'll be back shortly.
Let's welcome the visiting team, the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, managed by Chris Newell. The starting lineups for today's game are sponsored by AAA of Michigan. Leading off and batting first from Hayward, California, the center fielder number 26, Don Andre Clark. Batting second from Dexter, Michigan, the left fielder number 4, Mike Mioduszewski. Batting third from Decatur, Georgia, the first baseman number 6, Nick Wilson. Batting fourth from Pearland, Texas, the right fielder number 3, Nick Buckner. Batting fifth from Montpelier, Virginia, the shortstop, number 1, DJ Martinez. Batting sixth from Chelsea, Michigan, the third baseman, number 7, Alex Maloney. Batting seventh from Deming, New Mexico, the second baseman, number 10, Dan Kenneth. Batting eighth from Warren, Michigan, the catcher, number 23, Conrad Kolchak. Batting ninth from New Hyde Park, New York, today's designated hitter number 13, Thomas Rulis. The starting pitcher for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers today from Edenton, North Carolina, number 21, Kevin Matthews. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any Westside Woolly Mammoth fans in the house tonight? Well, here they are, your Westside Woolly Mammoths, managed by Shane McCanny. Leading off and batting first from Vienna, Virginia, the third baseman, number 9, Kent Blackstone. Batting second from DeWitt, Michigan, the second baseman, number 8, Ian Yesko. Batting third from Tipton, Georgia, the right fielder number 22, Alex Habits. Batting fourth from Coxtown, New Hampshire, the first baseman number 3, Riley Palmer. Batting fifth from Hamilton, Ohio, the shortstop number 2, Jeff Smith. Batting sixth, the catcher from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 4, Nick Kraus. Batting seventh from Chattanooga, Tennessee, today's designated hitter, number 10, Hayden Wilkie. Batting eighth from El Segundo, California, the left fielder, number 6, R.J. Muir. Batting ninth from Chicago, Illinois, the center fielder, number 7, Jonah Farrell. And the starting pitcher today for the Westside Woolly Mammoths from Fargo, North Dakota, number 25, David Ertz. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Veterans and active military may keep your caps on while rendering the hand salute as we honor America and our military with the singing of our national anthem, today being performed by Mia Bustamante.
Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes
Welcome back, everyone. We were just a few moments away from first pitch here at this afternoon game between the Beavers and the Mammoths. And Dan, would you like to go through the starting lineups for the Beavers?
Yes, I would, Brian. Leading off first and then out in center is DeAndre Clark. Batting second and in left you have Mike Mioduszewski. Batting third and at first today is Nick Wilson. Batting fourth and in right you have Nicholas Buckner. Batting fifth and at short you have DJ Martinez. Batting sixth and playing third, Maloney. Batting seventh and at second is Dan Kennan. Batting eighth and behind the plate is Konrad Kovalchuk. And batting ninth and at the DH position is Thomas Rulis. Defensively for the Woolly Mammoths, out in left you have RJ Fuhr. In center you have Jabba Farrell. In right you have Alex Abbott. At third you have Kent Blackstone. At short you have Jeff Smith. At second you have Ian Yetzko. At first you have Robbie Palmer. Behind the plate you have Nick Krause. And on the mound, David Erst.
And we're just a couple moments away from the first pitch. And before we do so, I'd like to take a moment and thank all our fathers who are here today and tuning in. Happy Father's Day to you all, including my own father.
Yep.
And it's a good day for baseball.
Yes, and I'm telling you, what better way to spend Father's Day and bring your father to a ball game?
Yeah, it ended up being a beautiful day. It's partly cloudy with in the low 80s.
Yeah, it was looking funny in the morning. You know, you had those cloudy skies. Thought it was going to rain, but
the
it's
forecast was looking scattered, and it ended up just being gorgeous out. 83 degrees, mostly partly cloudy, kind of depending where you're looking, I guess. And just a perfect day for baseball.
Yes.
And I can't appreciate enough what my father has done for me.
Mm-hmm. Same. You know, my father loved the game of baseball and followed it ever since I was young. Enjoy it. The Woolly Mammoths are wearing the Flintstone uniforms today.
Yeah, the uniforms that I like, honestly, the least out of any of them. I'm not a fan of them, but some people are.
And then you have the Beavers going with the navy blue uniform.
Just their standard away jerseys. They look sharp. The Beavers being the only team who wears pinstripes on their home jerseys. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. It's going to be a ball from David Ernst. First pitch is at 1:33 p.m. So 1-0 count on DeAndre Clark.
And yes, folks, he's been very dominant this season to start. .410 batting average, has 25 hits, and 9 RBIs for the Beavers.
And DeAndre Clark is actually now second in the league in hitting, as Brett Balkin of the Unicorns, the stash, as they call him, is that one's in there for a ball, 2-0.
He had an amazing night last night.
Yeah. Here was the 2-1 pitch. It was going to be grounded fouled on the third base line, so 2-2 now. David Ernst on the mound throws mostly cutters, as we've seen already today. Comes the 2-2 pitch. That was going to be grounded over to the shortstop, Smith. Throw down to first is going to be in time as Palmer gets down low and does the splits.
Yeah.
Shows some athleticism down there.
Great play.
For the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers, making his USPBL debut, Mike Mioduszewski.
So now Mike Mioduszewski, making his USPBL debut, will step in. Batting in the 2 spot in the lineup. He is from Dexter, Michigan, Eastern Michigan University alumni. First pitch he sees is a ball high, 1-0. Comes the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1.
And you also chose him as your player of the game.
I did. I just kind of shooting in the dark here. Just think that he's going to have a good game starting out in the USPBL. They clearly put him in the. I think they put him in the number 2 spot because they have confidence in his batting ability as he fouls that one in the netting. 1-2 now. So I think that the manager of the Beavers has seen some potential in him, and I think we'll see that today. That one's going to be in there for a strike, and he's going to strike him out looking for his first at-bat here in the USPBL. So 2 up, 2 down for David Ernst as he quickly dispatches the first 2 guys. So now Nick Wilson will step in.
That happened to be Ernst's 14th strikeout of the season.
So now Wilson, the big righty, will step in. He's got a lot of power.
And he likes to crowd the plate.
He's only got 2 home runs on the season. He had a lot last year. That one's going to be down low, a ball 1-0. After his first week here in the USPBL, he hasn't hit, or back with the USPBL, he hasn't hit a home run since. The pitchers have started to figure it out a little bit and pitch him inside almost exclusively now.
I remembered his first one deep to center.
Yeah, straightaway center field. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled into the netting. 1-1 now. Still batting .308 though, so he's still getting on base. That one's going to be in for a ball 1-1 or 2-1. Last time the Beavers were out when they played the Hoppers, Nick Wilson went 2 for 5. He had 2 RBIs on that day with 2 base hits. 2-1 pitch is drilled to straightaway center field. Farrell's going to the track to the wall. He's going to look up and watch that one go straightaway center field, and that's going to be a solo shot to dead center for
another one.
1-0 lead for the Beavers here in the top of the first.
That was deep, just a little bit left of the first one he hit.
You could tell off the crack of the bat that one was going to be gone.
Yeah.
And my curse of jinxing things has continued. As I was talking about how he hasn't hit a home run since his first week back with the USPBL, he just drives that one straight away center.
You might be his good luck charm.
I think I have like a superpower.
Yes, you do. I think you do.
So now Nick Buckner will step in. He's batting left-handed, that is his handedness, and it's going to be a ball 1-0 now.
I chose him as my player of the game today. He's hitting .315.
Let's see what he does here. So he's going to drive that one foul on the left field line. So 1-1 on him. Last time out, he went 2 for 3. He had 2 base hits and 2 walks on the day. The Beavers lost 4-3 that game against the Hoppers. So that one's going to be grounded foul. 1-2 now on Buckner. Packed ballpark here today.
A lot of fathers here, of course. Father's Day. Families enjoying it.
Just Father's Day, not the rest of the family.
No, the rest of the family.
I'm kidding. I'm just joking around. As that one's going to get in for a ball 2-2. Clearly the rest of the family's going to come with them. Yeah, it's absolutely packed today. I haven't seen. This is close to what I've saw on opening day as far as crowd goes.
And the crowd out there in the hills getting packed as well.
That one's going to be fouled in the netting, staying 2-2.
And then you also got some fans underneath that stage over there.
Yeah, trying to protect themselves from the heat. It'll only get hotter as the day goes on here. Yeah, on Sundays we don't have a band. We only have those on
Saturday nights.
Well, not just Saturday nights. Occasionally we have them on the Heritage nights too. Sounds going to be swung on a miss, and Buckner's going to get a piece of that one to stay alive.
I think we have like one local high school band play on Sundays out there. Like a I don't know, something like that.
Are you thinking of the that rock
the
prep
School
band?
of Rock band or something
Yeah,
like that?
okay. I do remember that. That one's a high for a ball, 3-2.
But yeah, Saturdays are WCSX Classic Rock.
We don't have a band out there today,
Bands.
so yeah, they're all taking cover out there. on the stage in right field. And that was going to be grounded foul down by first base. So it's a full count on Nick Buckner still with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. The Beavers have an early 1-0 lead off the Nick Wilson home run. Hit that one to dead center field, to the deepest part of the ballpark. Swing and a miss there, and Buckner goes down on strikes.
His second strikeout of the inning.
After an 8-pitch at bat, the Beavers we're gonna go to the bottom half of the first, where it's gonna be the Mammoths who are gonna be up. Kent Blackstone will lead it off. Following him will be Ian Yetzko and Alex Abbott. 1-0 lead for the Beavers. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We're getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. The Beavers have an early 1-0 lead thanks to the solo shot from Nick Wilson, and Dan's going to go through the lineup for the Mammoths now.
All right, leading off and playing third is Kent Blackstone. Batting second, and at second is Ian Yetzko. Batting third and in right is Alex Abbott. Batting fourth and at first is Riley Palmer. Batting fifth and at short is Jeff Smith. Batting sixth and doing the catching behind the plate is Nick Kraus. Batting seventh and at DH today is Hagen Wilkie. Batting eighth and then left you have R.J. Fuhr. And batting ninth and out in center is Jabba Farrell. Defensively for the Bloomfield Beavers, you have out in left Mike Mioduszewski. Out in center, Denandre Clark. Out in right, you have Nicholas Buckner. At third, you have Maloney. Shortstop, DJ Martinez. Second, Dan Kennan. At first, Nick Wilson. Doing the catching behind the plate is Conrad Kovalchik. And on the mound, Kevin Matthews.
And yeah, Kevin Matthews, Dan, has just been dominant this season on the mound. He had a rain-short no-hitter earlier, and then he's a strikeout machine. He's got 27 strikeouts in
it's crazy,
14
Brian.
innings pitched, as that one's in for a strike. His biggest issue is his pitch count gets high very often. He also walks a lot of guys.
Yeah, sometimes his control can get a little beat up, but
yeah, he struggles with control pretty often, as that's a strike 0-2, but he also strikes out a ton of batters. But he doesn't go deep into games. The deepest we've seen him go so far this season was just 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully he can turn that around today.
Yeah, he's already got an 0-2 count on Kent Blackstone, who's leading off the game for the Mammoths. That one's going to be just a tad outside for a ball, 1-2. And Kevin Matthews has a whip of .86, so he lets on less than a runner per inning. That one's going to be high. A ball, 2-2. Swing and a miss there, and he's already got 1 strikeout on the ball game. As Ian Yetzko is going to step in now, the second baseman. And Kevin Matthews has, because of the fact that he has control issues occasionally, he's been working a lot in bullpen sessions to do something different with his leg kick, to keep the ball down and locate it better. Because his location is the thing that he's been struggling with the most, which is why he's been walking a lot of batters. So he's been doing a lot of work during bullpen sessions to try and regulate that.
You know what? That's always great to see.
Well, it's great to see the players have this passion to improve themselves, as that one's going to be in for a ball, 1-0. Because some players, especially when they start performing well, they get complacent. But Kevin Matthews, despite the fact that he has a low whip and low ERA, he recognizes the flaws he still has, and he does a great job at trying to improve on that, as that one's in for a ball, 2-0. So it's just great to see that passion for the game.
Yetzko's hitting .250, has 4 hits and 2 RBIs. of the season.
Going to be another pitch high, a ball, 3-0. Back on Friday night, here comes a 3-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Back on Friday night, Ian Yetzko went 1 for 2. He got hit by a pitch. He walked. He had a double and a sac fly for an RBI. So he had a very productive night one way or another. Ooh, and that pitch from Kevin Matthews made Ian Yetzko go down on his knees, as that one's a swing and a miss, 3-2.
Big
Really
cut there.
fooled him on that one. Off-balance swing from Yetzko put him in the dirt. So after getting ahead of the count, Yetzko's now 3-2. Here comes the pitch. One's going to be in there for a strike. He's going to strike out the first 2 batters he sees.
Didn't you just call Matthews a strikeout machine?
He is a strikeout
Yes,
machine.
he is.
He's already got 2 strikeouts to start the game. So Alex Abbott will step in now. The first pitch to Abbott is in. He's going to hit that one to center field, but Clark's going to be underneath it to make the catch. So Kevin Matthews is going to come out and have a 1-2-3 inning. And after 1 inning of play, the Beavers still lead it 1-0. We go to the top half of the second inning. We're leading off for the Beavers will be DJ Martinez, the shortstop. Following him will be Alex Maloney and Dan Kennan. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the second inning. We're due up to lead it off for the Beavers. It's going to be DJ Martinez. David Ernst on the mound for the second inning of work. He had a good first despite the solo shot he gave up to Nick Wilson, as that one's in for a ball, 1-0.
Kevin Matthews just went 1-2-3 there in the bottom half.
Are we really surprised, though?
No.
I
not at
mean,
all.
he got up to a 3-2 count against Yetzko, and then proceeded to strike him out, as that's in for a strike, 1-1. Yetzko got out 3-0 ahead in the count, and then he managed to throw like 3 consecutive strikes. Matthews tends to have a lot of 3-2 counts, as that one's going to be grounded, fouled on the left field line. 1-2 now. But he had a 1-2-3 first, very good first inning from him.
Speaking of 1-2-3, we did not see any that much last night.
Yeah, I think we saw one in the sixth and one in the third, and that was it. As 1-2 pitch is going to be chopped, and he's going to get a piece of that one, so he's going to stay alive, 1-2. Comes the 1-2 pitch from Ernst. Ooh, that almost hit Martinez as he spins out of the way of that one. 2-2, count is even.
Definitely probably saw the light flash before his eyes there.
It's got to be a scary situation whenever you see a pitch coming at you. I'm surprised some of these batters don't really flinch at those, as he's gonna hit that one way high in the air. Blackstone's gonna get underneath it over there at third base, see if he can make the catch, and he does, and almost didn't make the catch, but he records the first out, and Alex Maloney, making his USPBL debut, will step in now. Mahoney also out of Michigan, as that one's in for a strike, 0-1.
We're going to keep on seeing many more players come in this league, which is great to see, you know. They get their another chance.
Going to be grounded over to the third baseman, Blackstone, but he must have fouled it off himself.
You know, a lot of Michigan native players in this league as well.
Yeah, we just keep adding more and more as the season goes on. When the season first started, Dan, it seemed like we didn't have that many, but every week we're adding 1, 2, or 3 players, and they're all from Michigan now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both Mioduszewski and Mahoney are from Michigan. You also have Long added earlier this week, Guilfoyle a couple weeks ago. We talked about Galikowski, he's from Fraser, and that one's in for a ball, 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. That one's going to get him. Strike 3. Got caught looking on that one. It's going to be the third strikeout of the day for David Ernst. It's going to be his 15th on the season now. So now 2 up, 2 down. Dan Kennan will step in. Last time out against the Hoppers back on Thursday, Dan Kennan went 0 for 2. He had 3 walks, though, and reached on a fielder's choice as well. So he still managed to reach base despite not registering a hit. As he checks his swing on that one, it's going to be a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, he's hitting .244, has 10 hits, and 2 RBIs to start the season.
The 1-0 pitch. He's going to drill that one over to right field. Abbott on the run. He's cruising over and make the catch out in right field. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for David Ernst. So after an inning and a half of play, it's going to stay a 1-0 lead for the Beavers on that solo shot from the first by Nick Wilson. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the second inning, where due up for the Mammoths is going to be Riley Palmer, the first baseman, the shortstop Jeff Smith, and the catcher Nick Krause. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Riley Palmer is set to lead it off here in the bottom half of the second inning. The first baseman for the Mammoths went 0 for 4 back on Thursday against the Unicorns. On Friday, actually. He reached on base because of an error in the 6th inning of that game, and that's about it.
Great start to this ball game for Kevin Matthews. Struck out 2 batters and then had Alex Abbott flew out to center.
Yeah, he went 1-2-3 in the first inning. He looked solid in that inning. Foul tipped into the netting. 0-2 on Riley Palmer already. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Compared to yesterday, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because
No.
I'm going to jinx it
We're
about the pace of play. As that
We're
one's going to
done.
be hit into center field. Clark on the... Ooh! Martinez trying to make a leaping play in shallow center field to get that one, but in and out of his glove. So that's going to allow Riley Palmer to reach.
Now back at the shortstop, number 2, Jeff Smith.
And that'll go down as a hit for the Mammoths. Their first of the ball game. So now with a man on and no outs here in the bottom half of the second, Jeff Smith will step in. It's going to be a pitch inside, 1-0. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on that one. 1-1. So 1-1 count on Jeff Smith with Riley Palmer down there at first base. He's got not much of a lead to speak of. He's not much of a speedster on the base paths. That's going to be inside for a ball, 2-1. Kovalchik had to slide to try and stop that one. Strong gust of wind blowing from left field to right field out there today.
But it's so beautiful out.
It really turned into a gorgeous day. It was supposed to be, like for the fourth time this weekend, it's supposed to be, as Riley Palmer's going to try and steal second. He's going to get in with a slide and be safe down there. So he's going to successfully steal second base. 2-2 count now on Jeff Smith as he swung at that pitch. So the 2-2 count. Jeff Smith has a chance to tie the ball game now that Riley Palmer's down there at second. Swing and a miss, and Jeff Smith is going to go down on strikes. Already the third strikeout of the day for Kevin Matthews. So with one down and one on, Nick Kraus, the catcher, will step in. And he's going to try again here to try and tie the ball game. Try to succeed where Smith failed. Again, packed field today, packed stadium here at Jimmy John's Field. Just even the grandstand through the patio, through the field, everywhere is just packed today.
Yes.
Makes sense considering the type of day it is. Here's the first pitch to Kraus. Swing and a miss there, 0-1 on a pitch outside the zone.
It's always great seeing a packed ballpark.
Well, Sunday games in general tend to be one of the more packed games because of the fact it's an afternoon game on a weekend. But when it's a holiday, it gets all the more full. The 0-1 pitch. It's going to be in the dirt, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, Red Palmer's going to try and take third, and he's going to do so successfully on a pitch that was in the dirt. So now he is just one base away from home.
Two steals in one inning. Impressive.
And a 2-1 count on Nick Kraus. He really caught the Beavers defense off guard on that one. Swing and a miss there from Kraus. The count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. 2-2 pitch. Be high for a ball, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third base. That one's going to be tipped foul. He's going to remain 3-2. He's going to stay alive here. Infield's going to come in now, in case there's a bunt attempt. Swing and a miss there, and Krause is frustrated at himself.
And Matthews continues to roll with the strikeouts. Make that number 4.
And now Hagen Wilkie, the DH, will step in. And now with 2 outs, the defense is going to back out. They came in to try and cut down the run at home. But with 2 outs, they're going to back up back into normal positioning. First pitch to him is going to be fouled in the netting. 0-1 now on Hagen Wilkie. Still a runner at third base as the William Mammoths are trying to convert one here to tie the ball game. That pitch is going to be down low. A ball, 1-1. It's going to sneak away from Kovalchuk behind the plate by just a foot or two. Not far enough for Riley Palmer to try anything. One pitch is going to be swung on in the dirt. It's going to get away from Kovalchuk, and that's going to allow the tying run to score. So a pass ball from Kovalchuk is going to allow that run to score and make it a 1-1 ball game. So Riley Palmer stole second and third, put his team in a good position. Did everything he could on the base paths really to help his team.
Very impressive.
So a 2-1 count on Hagen Wilkie with the bases clear. That one's going to be outside. 2-1. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Be fouled in the netting. He's going to stay alive here. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, that one's going to miss just a tad high. Count is full, 3-2. The third 3-2 count of the ball game already for Kevin Matthews. Three-two pitch. He's going to drive that one to center field. Clark's going to get underneath it, though. Make the catch, and that's going to be it for the inning. But the Westside William Mammoths score thanks to Riley Palmer stealing second, third, and scoring on a pass ball. So when we come back to the top of the third inning, the Beavers are going to be up to bat where Conrad Kovalchuk is going to lead it off. Following him will be Thomas Rulis and the center fielder, Denandre Clark. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the third inning, a 1-1 ball game after Riley Palmer scores on a pass ball in the last half inning.
He looked very impressive on the base pads, Brian.
Yes, he did. After I said he's not much of a threat, he steals second and third and then scores on a pass ball, so he really shut me up.
Yep, he did.
And now Conrad Kovalchik's going to stand in, the catcher for the Beavers today. As it's 1-1 on him now. One pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 1-2. That'll be a ball. 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch. He's going to drive that one foul. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and David Ernst is going to get Kovalchik on strikes. Swikes, I don't know what that is. I think I just combined the words swing and strike into one.
That would be his fourth strikeout.
It seems like he and Matthews are trying to compete with each other to see who can strike out more guys. And now Rulis is going to step in, the DH, for his first plate appearance of the ball game. Last time out when they played the Hoppers, Thomas Rulis went 1 for 5. He had a base hit, which was an infield single in the third inning, and hit a fielder's choice in the eighth. It's 0-1 on him now as he took for a strike.
Yeah, Ruiz hitting .269, has 14 hits and 3 RBIs.
He's going to drive that one foul down the third base line. 0-2. That pitch is fouled off down by the Mammoths dugout. Remain 0-2. The 0-2 again. He's going to drive that one to left field, and Fuhr's going to go back and just barely on the warning track is going to make the catch. It's going to be 2 up, 2 down quickly here for Ernst in the top of the third inning. So now Don Andre Clark will step in. He grounded out his last time up to the shortstop Smith back in the first inning.
Batting an impressive .410. Just trails. Second in the league right now in batting average.
Yeah, he trails Brett Balkin as he shows bunt there, and he's got a lot of speed, so he might get there. It was a good bunt, but just thrown out as Palmer again shows off his split skill. He's very, very flexible down there at first base. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for David Ernst. And we played 2.5 innings, and it's Mammoths and Beavers tied at 1 apiece. So when we come back, leading off for the Mammoths is going to be R.J. Fuhr. Following him is going to be Jabba Farrell and Kent Blackstone. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the third inning. We're due up to lead it off for the Mammoths. It's going to be R.J. Fuhr. Last time out against the Unicorns, R.J. Fuhr went 2 for 4. He had 2 base hits. Got his average above 100 now. He's batting 138. See if he can keep that trend going, as that's a ball inside, 1-0. One pitch is going to be high for a ball, 2-0. I was going to be in there for a strike. 2-1 now on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Kevin Matthews. Hitting the outside corner with that one. That'll be a ball, 3-1 now on Fuhr. Fuhr had himself a 2-hit game, like I just mentioned, and he really needed that game to start the ball rolling. Here comes the 3-1. It's going to be high, and he's going to walk Fuhr. Another good start for him here. As Jabba Farrell will step in with no outs and 1 man on here in the bottom half of the third inning.
Jabba Farrell hitting 170, has 9 hits and 1 RBI.
Yeah, he went 1 for 2 back on Friday's game. He had a base hit, a walk, and a hit by pitch. R.J. Fuhr's going to try and steal second. He's going, and he's going to get in safe. Oh!
Ooh,
he overran the bag and then got tagged after he ran past it.
That was a close play there. Couldn't stop.
So he stole successfully, but then overran the bag.
He should have slid there.
So R.J. Fuhr's out at second, and now the bases are clear with 1 out for Jabba Farrell. It's 0-1 count on him as he swung during that steal attempt. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there, 0-2 now. The kick and the pitch. Hits that one high in there in the foul territory. Looks like it's going to land in the stands, though, so Kovalchuk's not going to go far. Light round of applause for the fan who caught that one. Comes the 0-2. Way outside. 1-2 now. Another one way outside, almost identical to the last one, so the count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. It's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Matthews.
And the other outside one was 91, so just 1 miles per hour shorter.
Some great subtraction skills there, Dan. That one's hit way high in the air in the foul territory. Kovalchuk and Wilson are going to run over and try and get there. Wilson's going to make the play in foul territory, and that's going to be 2 down now for Kevin Matthews. So now it's up to Kent Blackstone to get something going here in the bottom half of the third inning. Struck out swinging his last time up. He led his league in triples back in college.
Hit George Mason.
That one's going to be a ball inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, that's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-1 now. That'll be fouled behind the plate, and that'll land in the stands right in front of us, really. No one was able to catch it, and recovered by a beautiful young lady. So 1-2 now on Blackstone after he fouls that one off. Here's the pitch. Foul tips that one in the netting, staying alive. And that seems to be the best that many of these players can do against Kevin Matthews today so far through 2 2/3. These players are only managing really to foul it off. They've only had one base hit. They came from Riley Palmer. Palmer did all the work on the base paths, stealing second and third and then scoring on a pass ball. His offense didn't really help him at all.
No.
1-2 pitch is going to be outside for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, Matthews been very dominant to start this season. Of course, we've seen him with that range short and no-hitter.
Ooh, the 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed. That's going to end the inning. And that's going to be
Beautiful
5
pitch.
strikeouts for Kevin Matthews here through 3 innings of play. And when we go to the top of the 4th inning, it's going to be a 1-1 tie where Michael Miodowski will lead it off. Following him will be the home run hitting Nick Wilson and Nick Buckner. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 4th inning, 1-1 tie. In case you're just tuning in, Nick Wilson hit a solo shot back in the 1st inning, and then the Mammoths tied it in the bottom half of the 2nd when Riley Palmer stole 2nd, 3rd, and scored on a pass ball. That's how we've gotten to the score at now, and Mio Dazuski will lead it off. It's a 1-0 count on him now.
Yeah, he was one of Ernst's, or actually his 2nd strikeout victim.
As that one's
first,
drilled over
that
or
is.
hitting over right field, a blooper, and Abbott's going to get it.
Was reading the wrong score sheet there, Brian.
So now Nick Wilson will step in. He crushed that solo shot to straightaway center field back in the 1st inning. Gave his team the tie or the lead at the time. He holds the record currently for most consecutive games reaching base at 32. He did that one last year, so we've only played 25 games this year. It'd be impossible to do it. And 0-2 now, or 0-1 on him, I should say.
Yeah, Nick Wilson's just an outstanding player all around.
He's a competent first baseman, and he's got a heck of a lot of power in his bat, as that one's in for a strike, 0-2. He's definitely the backbone. Him and Clark are definitely the backbone of this Beavers lineup. That one's going to be hit high in the air to right center field. Abbott's going to be underneath it and make the catch a couple feet shy of the warning track. And that'll be a quick 1 and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning where Nick Buckner will stand in now. He struck out swinging his first time up. Buckner batting .315 coming into today. That one's in for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, he has 17 hits, 6 RBIs, and does have a homer of the season.
That one's going to bounce in there. So 1-1. 80-mile-an-hour pitch in the dirt. Well, who was it on the Tigers a couple days ago? Andrew Romine, I think it was, who the pitch came in the dirt, and when it bounced back in, he hit it anyways. He ended up grounding out,
yeah,
but
that was
what kind of madman hits a ball that bounces in the dirt? And that one's in for a ball, 2-1.
it's like in golf, hitting out of the bunker.
It reminds me of back when Miggy was on the Marlins, and he was being intentionally walked as he swings and misses at that one. Count full even at 2 apiece. He was being intentionally walked, and then he swung at the pitch that was just a little bit too close to the strike zone, and he ended up getting a base hit and an RBI off of it. And it's like only Miguel Cabrera would swing at an intentional walk. 2-2 pitch is going to be outside. Count's going to go full 3-2.
Miggy will be Mickey. That's what they like to say.
He looks like he's finally starting to heat up here. It took him long enough. That one's going to be grounded over to the second baseman, Yetzko. He's going to make the play, and it's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning for David Ernst, his 3rd in a row. So after 3.5 innings of play, it is still a 1-1 ball game. Coming up for the Mammoths in the bottom half of the inning will be Ian Yetzko, the man who just got the assist on that last play, Alex Abbott, and Riley Palmer. So when we come back, the Mammoths are going to bat, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolby are with you here, calling this game between the Beavers and the Mammoths. It's currently a 1-1 lead, or 1-1 tie. Can't be a 1-1 lead. That's impossible. Nick Wilson hit a solo shot back in the 1st inning, and then Riley Palmer scored on a pass ball in the 2nd, and that's how he got to the tie ball game we're at now. We've been cruising so far.
Yeah, both pitchers are doing really good.
Yeah, Kevin Matthews and David Ernst just killing it as that one's hit in the air over into right center field where Buckner's going to make the catch. Buckner had to call off Kennan and Clark way out there. So on one pitch, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th. Alex Abbott will come in now. He flew out to Clark at center field his last time up. And definitely a different vibe we're getting from this game compared to yesterday.
Yesterday was just, it was interesting, you know, it was crazy. I mean, there's so many words you can
17
talk
to 15,
about it.
man. Lack of defense. Pitching was not that great yesterday. Tons of offense. And even an ejection, as that one's outside, 1-0.
And like we were walking in together for the ballpark, I was talking about, like, you look at the so many errors the Unicorns made. You didn't think they were gonna win, and look what happened. They did.
Yeah, they made, I think, 7 errors yesterday, and they still won 17 to
It's
15.
crazy. A team that makes so many errors,
That one's fouled off 1-1.
unlikely they're gonna win a game.
Their
But they
offense
did.
came to play, though, that day, as Galikowski and Cruz both had 2 home runs apiece. And then Quentin Alexander had 4 RBIs of his own. Quentin Alexander coming into the game batting just barely over 100, and then gets, I think, 2 or 3 hits and a fielder's choice. 1-1 pitch is going to be inside. A ball, 2-1.
And you know we're always gonna look back on that game
Yeah, that's for
until
sure.
a new one comes around. That's a high scoring or whatever happens.
That one's grounded over to the second baseman, Kennan. Kennan's going to make the throw down to Wilson, and that's going to be 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 3, Riley Palmer. Raised in New Hampshire, Riley shares his love of baseball and hockey. He grew up loving to ice skate and is a big Boston Bruins fan, and he was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles in 2014.
It's the first pitch to Palmer. He's going to drive that one hard into foul territory. Broke his bat on that one. He's going to have to go back and get a new one. So 0-1 on Palmer. Palmer with the only base hit today for the Mammoths. Eventually came around to score. Doing all the work on the base paths. He stole second, stole third, and then scored on a pass ball. So I guess since he figured his offense wasn't going to help him, he'd just do it himself.
Yeah.
I guess if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. And I guess that was the philosophy that Palmer had on the base paths. He's finally back in the batter's box with a new bat. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and foul that one into the netting. 0-2 now on him. He's going to foul yet another one off. Kevin Matthews so far has 4 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings played. That's no surprise to any of us here as he comes into the day with 27 strikeouts and 14 innings pitched. Swing and a miss there, and that's another strikeout, his 5th of the ball game, or 6th of the ball game to end the 4th inning. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th now with a 1-1 tie. We're leading off for the Beavers is going to be the shortstop DJ Martinez. Following him be Alex Mahoney and Dan Kennan. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 5th inning. We're due up for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers is DJ Martinez. That one's going to be bounced in there, 1-0. Last time up, he popped out over into foul territory where Blackstone made the catch. Cross is going to come up and have a quick chat with David Ernst.
Martinez hitting 240, 12 hits, 7 RBIs.
Comes the 1-0 pitch. Be high and inside. 2-0 now. David Ernst out there for his 5th inning of work here. He's only given up 1 earned run today so far. Doing a very solid job starting.
A couple 1, 2, 3 innings.
3 in a row, actually. It's a swing and a miss there. Makes it 2-1. See if you can't make it 4-0 here.
You're known for jinxing.
True. That seems to be my habit. Comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be low for a ball. 3-1 now. David Ernst trying to battle with Kevin Matthews. Doing a great job of it. Only giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Just phenomenal so far. Make that 1 hit and 2 walks.
Funny how you said that before it happened.
Yeah, well, it's not the worst thing that I've ever said. So Alex Mahoney will step in. Maloney in his debut with USPBL here. He struck out looking his first time up. See if he can't get his first hit here with the Beavers, as DJ Martinez is gonna try and steal, but it's fouled off, so he's gonna have to retreat back to first.
Yeah, he definitely had a great jump there.
Yeah, he would have been in fairly easily if you ask me. It was a hit and run, probably. Comes the 0-1 pitch. He's going to sky that one over to shallow right field. It's going to get in there for a bloop single. They're going to throw over to second, try and get DJ Martinez. So he got a late jump on that one. Had to wait to see if that ball was going to drop. But he's in there safely, so we got runners at first and second now. And that's Maloney's first hit here in the USPBL. So keep that ball. So with 2 men on and no outs here, the Beavers have something going here in the top of the 5th inning, have a chance to take the lead as Dan Kennan will step in. Flew out to the right fielder Abbott last time up.
Yeah, right now he only has 2 RBIs, so he hopes to maybe bring in
get a third
Martinez,
one here.
Yeah.
Hopes to plate Martinez from second base. Martinez is a shortstop. He's got decent speed out there. Pretty good speed, actually, I'd say. A ground ball base hit could score him especially if he hits it over to left field where Fuhr's playing fairly deep. He's going to show bunt here. Try to advance the runners. Good play with no outs yet, but he so it's an 0-1 count. He's showing bunt again. He's going to lay that one down towards the first base line. Their only play is going to be down to first base. And so Dan Kennan does his job well. And he advances the runners to second and third. And they have a chance with Conrad Kovalchik coming up to plate home a run as DJ Martinez just 90 feet from home. That's going to get away from Kraus, but no one tries it.
Any hit deep in the outfield will bring in Martinez.
They're in a good position here, Dan, to take the lead. As long as Dan Kennan doesn't, as long as Conrad Kovalchuk doesn't strike out. A sac fly would do it. If he hits it deep enough out there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He's going to foul that one in the netting. 1-1 now. Thanks. That one's going to be skied to center field fairly shallow. That's going to get in for a base hit, a bloop single, and that's going to score 1 run. So now runners are going to be at the corners, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Beavers here in the top of the 5th inning. So thanks to the Rulitz base hit, or the Kovalchuk base hit.
Are you out of it again, Brian?
I don't know what's going on here. Thanks for the Kovalchuk base hit. It's going to be a 2-1 lead now for the Beavers here at the top of the 5th inning. And Thomas Rulis is going to step in.
Well, we both had a long night last night.
And he's going to ground that one right back to the mound. They're going to throw back in second and get the force there. And they're going to turn the double play. So good job by Ernst to minimize the damage. The Beavers, however, do get the lead. And it is now 2-1 in favor of the Beavers. When we come back for the bottom of the 5th inning, the Mammoths are going to lead it off with Jeff Smith, the shortstop. Following him will be Nick Kraus, the catcher, and the DH Hagen Wilkie. So we'll be back with more shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 5th inning, where due up for the Westside Woolly Mammoths is the shortstop Jeff Smith. Struck out swinging his last time up, one of the many victims for Kevin Matthews in today's ball game. He's come out and he's done good work. He's only allowed 1 hit and 1 walk so far through 4 innings pitched, and he's struck out, I believe, 6. He's just doing a great job. He's doing pretty much what he does every day on the mound. Swing and a miss there from Jeff Smith. So 0-1. 0-1 pitch is going to be in the dirt inside. 1-1.
Definitely got him moving out of the batter's box.
The 1-1 pitch is in. He's going to swing and a miss on that one. A big rip there. 1-2 now. Smith last time out for the Mammoths went 0 for 3. He only had a walk. Swing and a miss there on a pitch high out of the zone. That one was at the letters.
Make that 7 for Kevin Matthews.
So 7 strikeouts now for the pitcher Kevin Matthews, and Nick Krause is going to step in. He also struck out swinging his last time up.
This is Nick's second year in the USPBL, played last year on the Unicorns.
Last year, Krause played for the Unicorns. This time he's on a new team, Mammoths.
That pitch is going to be in there. A strike, 0-1. That one's going to hit Nick Krause, so he's going to take first base on a hit by pitch. So with one out, there's a man on base for Hagen Wilkie, who flew out to the center fielder DeAndre Clark last time up. And like you said, Dan, last season, Krause played with the Utica Unicorns.
Yep.
He had a 197 average throughout the season. He's already improved on that vastly with the 308 average, really coming into his own here with the Westside Willie Mammoths. Throw down to first and not in time.
Wilkie, last time up, threw out to the center fielder. DeAndre Clark.
Swing and a miss there. 0-1 now on Wilkie. Westside Willie Mammoths looking to tie the ball game after the Beavers took the lead in the top half of the inning, thanks to the RBI single from Conrad Kovalchik. I'm going to throw down a first again. As Krause gets back in without much of a sweat. Swing and a miss there as Hagen Wilkie is now 0-2. One big gray cloud above us here at Jimmy John's Field, and then there's a lot of blue sky. This one cloud looks pretty threatening, but it's moving past us pretty fast. So I'm not too concerned. 0-2 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike, and Hagen Wilkie's going to go down looking.
Great location there by Matthews.
Yeah, really fooled him on that one, an 80-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
That's his 8th of the game.
And just 4 2/3 innings. That's what he does.
Yes.
He just strikes guys out. So now RJ Fuhr will step in. He is walked his last time up. He hasn't registered a at-bat today.
And he was caught stealing when he got
He
on.
He actually got in safely, but then overran the bag and got tagged when he overran.
A little too much speed.
So he's probably pretty frustrated with himself when he did that. He should have dove in or slided in, but nonetheless, as that one misses outside, 1-0. When you have that much momentum, it can be hard to slow down suddenly.
Yeah.
Inertia's the thing, I guess, apparently. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0 now. No action yet in either team's bullpens, as both Ernst and Matthews have been cruising here through the first 5 innings of play. .20 pitch catches the outside edge, 2-1. Still a strong breeze running from left to right field as the trees are really swaying out there. It's going to help the balls hit out to right field carry a little bit further as that's in for a ball, 3-1.
And such a great crowd on hand here.
Yeah, packed stadium here on Father's Day.
Hope all you fathers out there are enjoying your day.
I see a Mark Fidrich jersey down there.
Ooh,
That one's in for a strike, full count.
the bird, right?
Yes, sir. That's the 4th full count for Kevin Matthews today.
The bird is the word.
That's the last song that I want to think of. 3-2's fouled off. Nick Krause went on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. You can expect him going to be on the move again here. There goes Krause. 3-2 pitch is going to be just outside. Walk him. Second walk of the ball game for Kevin Matthews, and that'll put runner in scoring position for the Westside Woolly Mammoths with 2 outs. So now Joba Farrell will step in. He popped out into foul territory to Nick Wilson his last time up. Joba Farrell went 1 for 2 last time out with a base hit, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He's going to check his swing on that one, but it's going to be called a strike anyways. 1-1. That one's going to be flied into the netting. 0-2. That one's going to be driven just fouled on the third base line. It's going to be 0-2 on him. So Joe Farrell with an 0-2 count and 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning has men on first and second. He has an opportunity to tie the ball game at 2 apiece if he can bring home Krause from second. Swing and a miss there, and Farrell's going to go down on strikes. The 9th strikeout for Kevin Matthews in 5 innings. Both teams are really cruising here as we go to the top half of the 6th inning after just about an hour and 10 minutes of play. And the top of the 6th inning, DeAndre Clark is going to lead it off. Following him will be the newcomer Michael Miodazuski, and following him will be Nick Wilson. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 6th inning, where DeAndre Clark is set to lead it off. It's a 2-1 lead for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers after the RBI single from Conrad Kovalchik in the 5th. Nick Wilson homered in the 1st as well. Swing and a miss there. Big rip there from Clark. Off-balance swing. 0-1 on him now.
Interesting fact, DeAndre Clark's idol is Willie Mays.
And he tries to imitate that swing in the batter's box. It's going to be in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. And it started to rain a little bit here in Jimmy John's Field. That dark cloud that I mentioned earlier. So the left half of the field is blue sky, and the right half is that one dark cloud. It shouldn't last long. I don't believe there's any long-lasting showers in the forecast. And it's not that heavy either. So it's not really enough to stop play yet. It's 2-1 on Clark. Drives that one into foul territory. 2-2. Two count's going to be high. Count will run full now at 3-2. One's going to be flown into foul territory down by the Beavers bullpen. So DeAndre Clark will stay alive here. He's going to swing, and he's going to pop that one over to foul territory. Blackstone's not going to be able to get it. So once again, Clark will stay alive, and he's doing a great job of fouling these pitches off in this 3-2 count until he either gets a pitch he likes or gets a pitch he doesn't like. Clark so far today is 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times, once to Smith, once to Blackstone, shortstop and third baseman respectively. 3-2 pitch, fouled off again, staying alive. And that's now an 8-pitch at-bat for DeAndre Clark, going on the 9th now. And the 9th pitch is going to be bounced in there, so great job by DeAndre Clark, staying alive until he draws a walk.
A guy you do not want to walk because he is also dangerous on the base paths.
Yeah, DeAndre Clark is a very speedy center fielder, and he's not afraid to try and steal base if he sees an opportunity. So now Mike Miodazuski will step in. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking and flown out to the right fielder Abbott so far. With one man on and no outs. Has a chance to get his first hit of the ball game. Of his career with USPBL, actually. He's going to sky that one to right field. Abbott's going back and just shy of the warning track. He's going to actually drop it. And so that error is going to allow Clark to get to third base. And they're going to stop him there. So now we have runners at second and third on that error from Alex Abbott.
The rain's really coming down out there.
I'm curious if the rain had something to do with why he dropped that ball, as it's starting to come down pretty well now.
Just this one dark crowd, Brian.
It's not that heavy of a rain. It's more of a drizzle. There's a couple of umbrellas are popped. I don't see any reason why they would stop the game. But, of course, now that I've said that, they probably will. We have runners at second and third now, thanks to that error.
Oh, my gosh, Brian. You and your jinxing.
I haven't jinxed it yet.
Nope.
The sun's out now.
Sunshine
that
rain.
One's fouled over into the right field patio.
Gotta love sunshine rain.
So 0-1 count on Nick Wilson. He smashed the ball to straightaway center field his first time up today to give the Beavers a 1-0 lead. And when I say smashed, he just absolutely crushed that one to dead center field. Not a whole lot of batters have that kind of power as he drives that one to pretty deep right field. That one's going to be gone. His second home run of the day behind the hill in right field.
Wow, what
And
a beautiful
a
hit.
3-run home run for Nick Wilson. His second of the ball game is going to give the Hoppers the Beavers a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning.
Beautiful hit there by
And Abbott
Wilson.
just turned and watched that one go. That one was gone without a doubt.
I mean, he might have flew out to the right fielder his second time up, but that time that one was gone to right field.
Yeah, without a doubt, Dan. That one soared through the air. So now Nick Buckner will step in with the newly cleared bases. And a 5-1 lead for the Beavers, as that one's foul tipped into the mask of Kraus. Buckner grounded out his last time up. Oh, and 2 now on Buckner. That's outside. 1-2 now. And Nick Wilson
Oh, he's been amazing.
absolutely just crushed that one today. Just that first one straight away center field. That one behind the hill in right field. So that one had to have been close to 400 feet. 2-0 now on, or 2-2 on Buckner. That one's a swing and a miss, and Buckner goes down on strikes. The first out of the inning. And David Ernst, he was cruising through the first 5 innings, but now has been pegged for 5 earned runs after that 3-run shot from Nick Wilson. Kind of a shame, too, because he was really doing a good job, but 2 mistake pitches to the biggest power hitter in the league has really beat his ERA up here. Came into the day with a 3.57 ERA, doing a pretty good job, as that one's grounded over to the third baseman, Blackstone. Throw down to Palmer is going to get him, so now we have the 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. So Alex Maloney will step in. He had his first base hit ever in the USPBL back in the 5th. It was a bloop hit, but he'll take it nonetheless. A hit's a hit, in my opinion.
Yep.
Don't think he's going to complain about how he got on base. That's going to be a ball high. 1-0. 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch in that one. Ran inside. Some action now in the Westside William Mammoths bullpen after that 3-run home run. That one's going to be inside again. 2-0. The rain seems to have more or less stopped here, as it was just a short shower.
And it's the right-hander, Travis McQueen.
Big swing and a miss there. 2-1.
I like to call him Lightning McQueen.
As a reference to the Cars movie trilogy. Now the 3rd one's actually out. Haven't read the reviews on that one. I was a fan of the first one, but not so much of the second one, as that one's grounded to the second baseman. He's going to make the play as he throws down to covering David Ernst at first base. And that's going to end the inning. And a good effort by David Ernst to cover first base. And it's after the 5.5 innings, it's going to be a 5-1 lead after the Nick Wilson 3-run shot into deep right field is going to extend their lead. Coming up in the bottom half of the inning, the Mammoths are going to be up to bat. Kent Blackstone is set to lead it off. Following him will be Ian Yetzko and Alex Abbott. So we'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned. Welcome to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's now a 5-1 lead for the Beavers after the 3-run shot from Nick Wilson, his second of the ball game. He's got himself 4 RBIs today. And now Blackstone will sit in. He's 0 for 2 today so far, striking out swinging both times. It's going to be 1-0 on him now after that last one was taken for a ball, and Kevin Matthews is out for his 6th inning of work.
He's been outstanding.
Yes, he has, and that's going to be check swinged up to the mound, and a throw down to Wilson's going to get him. So on 2 pitches, Blackstone's out for the 3rd time today. He's going to be frustrated with himself as he tried to check his swing there. So Ian Yetzko's going to step in. He is also 0 for 2. And like you said, Dan, Matthews has been phenomenal today. He's kept his walks down, which is really the bane of his performances so far. And because of that walk rate being down, he's been able to go through the 6th inning, which I think is the longest performance he's had so far. He's only let up 1 run, and I'm not sure if that was down as an earned run or not because it was scored on a pass ball.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Matthews only going, like, 4 or 5 innings. That's about it.
He finally lets up a hit, though. He's given up a couple of hits, but I think he'd rather exchange that 1 hit for the 6 innings he's put in today. 0-1 now. He's put his team in a good spot here. He started this inning with 80 pitches, so he'll likely be done after this one. 0-1 pitch is going to be just down low. 1-1. Comes the 1-1 pitch. He's going to drive that one to center field. Clark is going to be underneath it and make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Fun fact from Alex Abbott. Just totally ripping this one from the PA. I'm not just shamelessly ripping this one. But he hit 2 grand slams in 1 game back when he played in high school. And then as we've mentioned before, he was drafted by the Angels. That first pitch to Abbott's going to be in there for a strike at 78 miles an hour. An off-speed pitch. That one's going to be hit towards the mound, but Kennan's going to make the play, and that's going to be the 4th 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Matthews. And
he's been outstanding, Brian.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job in starting today, going through 6 innings, only giving up 1 hit and 1 run, and I'm not even sure if that one's earned, honestly. I have to go double check. And it's a 5-1 lead for the Beavers going to the top half of the 7th inning, where leading off is going to be Dan Kennan. Following him will be Conrad Kovalchik and Thomas Rulis. So we'll be back shortly with more. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 7th inning, where due up for the Beavers is Dan Kennan.
And, Brian, we have a pitching change.
Yeah, we do, Dan. David Ernst Day is done after 6 innings pitched, and don't let the score fool you. He actually performed very well today.
Yes,
he just
has.
2 pitches Nick Wilson just
bad locations
beat him up for. Yeah, as that one's going to be flared for a base hit into right field. Dan Kennan singles on the first pitch he sees from Travis McQueen, the new pitcher on the mound. And, yeah, his final line was 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Like I said, four earned runs.
Yeah.
Don't let that final line fool you. He actually
No.
performed really well today.
Yes, he
It's
has.
just, like I said, 2 mistake pitches to Nick Wilson. Nick Wilson has 2 home runs today. Has done almost all the damage for him. And it's a shame that he is good. The earned run is going to be 4 against him because he comes in today with a 3.57 ERA. He played well.
Yes,
So
he
now
did.
Travis McQueen, though, is in relief. And they're going to bunt that one and get him at first. So Kovalchik does his job, moves Dan Kennan into scoring position. So Thomas Rules, the designated hitter, is going to come in now. He's 0 for 2 today. He hit into a double play his last time up and ended the inning. Great job for Ernst back then, minimizing the damage.
Yeah, McQueen, we have seen him quite a few times. He has 9 innings pitch. He has given up 8 hits, 10 strikeouts, has given up 4 earned runs. His ERA is 400 and WHIP is 144.
And the first pitch to Rules is going to be just outside for a ball, 1-0. And we've been cruising through this game today, Dan.
Yes,
It's
we have.
only been an hour and a half, and we're already in the 7th inning. So that one's a strike. 1-1.
Definitely makes up from last night.
Complete, complete change of pace from last night. Knock on wood that it'll continue this way. Yesterday we had a 4-hour game, and it was a 17-15 ball game. Today is 5-1, and the Mammoths only have 1 hit so far. That one's going to be outside, 2-1 now. Be fouled off. 2-2 on Rulis.
The Beavers have done a great job of producing runs for Matthews.
I don't know if you can say the Beavers, but Nick Wilson has. Because the only other guy who has an RBI besides him is Kovalchik, who has an RBI single. That one's fouled off. 2-2 still.
My bad.
No, you're fine. I was just being nitpicky. Nick Wilson has had a phenomenal game. He's 2 for 3, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs. Just absolutely crushing the ball today. The 2-2 pitch to Rules is going to be fouled off again. Remain 2-2. We have a man on second base with 1 out. And a 5-1 lead for the Beavers. Two-two pitch is going to be flared over into left field. That's going to be a base hit. And they're going to stop Dan Kennan at third. So we have runners at the corners with 1 out. Ooh, and Thomas Rules got a little bit greedy there as the cutoff man bobbled the ball. Was about to go to second, and when he turned to come back to first, fell down, but luckily got back in safely. So now with 1 out, there's runners at the corners for the Beavers as they threaten to add a couple more on. DeAndre Clark will step in. That one's going to get through the legs of Kraus, and coming into home is going to be Dan Kennan, and the throw and the tag is not in time, so it's going to be 6-1 now on that passed ball from Nick Kraus.
Great job there by Kennan just getting underneath that tag. Sliding
good.
head first.
The throw from Kraus to McQueen looked like it was in time, but the tag was off as Kennan came sliding in from third base. So now, meanwhile, Rulis advances the second on that same play. So still going to be runners in scoring position for DeAndre Clark and a chance to extend this lead even further. Clark is 0 for 2 today. He walked his last time up. 1-0 pitch is going to be inside. 2-0. Two and 1. One of these counts is right.
I'm going to go with the 2-1.
The 2-0 count's going to be hit up the middle for a base hit, and they're going to wave Rulis around third base, and he's going to come in to score, and it's going to be a 7-1 lead for the Beavers as DeAndre Clark has himself a RBI base hit.
Great hit there by Clark.
Yeah, hits that one right back up the middle for a base hit and really gives Rulis a ton of time to get into home as the cutoff man didn't even throw down there. And Shane McCaddy's going to come out to the mound to have a talk with Travis McQueen, probably to give the bullpen a little more time to warm up. So now Mike Mioduszewski will step in. Still looking for his first hit here at the USPBL. Reached his last time up on an error out there in right field. It's a fairly deep hit ball just on the warning track where Abbott bobbled it. 1-0 on him now. He's got a runner at first with 1 out here in the top half of the 7th. A 7-1 lead for the Beavers. They've tacked on 2 more runs in this inning. Check swing on that one. It's going to be a ball, 2-0. 1-1. Correction, my bad. DeAndre Clark down there with a confident lead. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now.
That was a big cut there by Mioduszewski.
As he
Was on his knees as well. Got down to one knee, it is.
still looking for his first hit, Dan. He's got to be very anxious for it. He was close last time. As he's going to drive that one to left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit, and there's his first base hit. And they're going to stop the runner at third. And Mioduszewski will advance to second as Farrell had trouble getting to it. So Clark advances to third base. Mioduszewski's at second. He has his first base hit with the USPBL. So with 1 out, we have runners at second and third for Nick Wilson. So Nick Wilson will step in. He's got 2 home runs today.
I would be careful here.
Yeah, he's already done the damage today, and he's looking for more, I'm sure. It's going to be inside, 1-0. McQueen making sure to stay inside on him. I'm sure he wouldn't be I'm surprised they're actually not intentionally walking him with first base open, honestly.
I mean, he came
And
in
that
the
would
ball
also-
game of 2 home runs. Now he has 2 today. Make it 4.
And that's going to be, hit on a line, almost hitting.
Chris Newell.
Yeah, Chris Newell down there at third base.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Impressive somersault by him, honestly. Tips his captain, Wilson. Yeah, I'm really surprised you're not intentionally walking with Nick Wilson with 1 out. He's not a threat on the base paths. He'd open up a double play situation, and he's already got 2 home runs. But instead, they're pitching to him. Checks the swing on that one on a pitch high. The only reason I can think of is why they're not is because it's already a 7-1 ball game, and not like it's necessarily close. Comes the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be inside, 3-1 now. Of course, they're not necessarily pitching to him, I guess, as they're staying inside. He's going to drive that one on a line to
Ooh.
deep left field, but that one's going to hook foul.
Wow.
He
Big
crushed
power
that.
on that
Yeah,
one.
he crushed that one, but he got a little bit too out in front of it.
By the way, the Woolly Mammoths got some action in their bullpen, and it's the right-hander, Luke McCaddy.
So a full count now on Nick Wilson. Luke McCaddy warming up in the bullpen like you just said, Dan. We saw him get the final out a couple weeks ago. He did a good job in his brief appearance. 3-2 pitch is going to be inside. He's going to walk Nick Wilson, so bases will be loaded for Nick Buckner.
The Beavers have dammed up the bases and are chomping at the bit to come home. And now batting is the right fielder number 3, Nick Buckner.
And Nick Buckner, like I just said, will step in. He's 0 for 3 today. He's got 2 strikeouts swinging and a ground out. It's a 7-1 ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. That first pitch is going to be inside for a ball, 1-0. One pitch is going to be in there for a strike, hitting the outside edge. 1-1. A base hit from DeAndre Clark, a double from Mio Dazuski, and a walk from Nick Wilson have loaded the bases. They've already scored 2 runs this inning. Both were attributed to Travis McQueen. 1-2 now on Buckner. And hit that one foul into the stands behind home plate. One's going to be outside. Count will be even now at 2 apiece. The 2-2 pitch outside again. Count's going to run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and bases are loaded for the Beavers here in the top of the 7th. They do have the lead, however, 7-1. But this one, if Buckner can capitalize here, will really put the game out of reach. Swing and a miss there, and McQueen's going to strike out Nick Buckner.
Great pitch there.
Yeah, his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Definitely not what Buckner wants for today. So now DJ Martinez will step in with bases loaded and 2 outs. The last chance for the Beavers here to capitalize and bring in some more runs this inning. They've already brought home 2 to make it 7-1. I'm sure they wouldn't mind bringing home more with the bases loaded situation. Martinez is 0 for 2 today. He had a walk back in the 5th inning. It's going to be fouled into the netting.
He has 12 hits and 7 RBIs. He looks to get that RBI count higher. Has a chance.
If he were to hit his first home run today at this at-bat, just hypothetically speaking, he would bring in, obviously, 4 RBIs with the bases loaded and bring his RBI count to 11. 0-2. I'm sure he wouldn't mind his first home run of the season being a grand slam either. Nico Lolio is the sole possessor of the grand slam this year, playing for the Unicorns. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, that's going to be on the outside edge, and Martinez does not agree with that one. And he's going to be struck out looking. Travis McQueen works himself out of bases loaded jam, but the Beavers do score 2 more runs and make it 7-1 over the Westside Woolly Mammoths. When we come back, it's going to be the bottom half of the 7th inning. Riley Palmer, Jeff Smith, and Nick Krause will be up. And it's 7th inning stretch time, so we'll be back shortly with more. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 7th inning, where it is Riley Palmer leading it off.
We have a new pitcher.
Yes, we do, Dan. Kevin Matthews is done after a phenomenal start. 6 innings pitched with 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned, with 2 walks and 9 strikeouts.
Amazing.
So he continues to just be dominant here with the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. And now Michael Doloff will take over on the mound as that one's fouled off, 0-2. He has been shaky his first in his relief appearances so far this year. In 7 innings pitched, he has 13.50 ERA. This is the type of situation you're going to want to bring a man who's trying to break out of a slump in with a 7-1 lead. Comes the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be outside, 1-2.
But man, Matthews was just...
He's something else.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if by the end of the season he doesn't get a couple offers. He's just been phenomenal. 1-2 pitch is going to be high and inside. Count is even now at 2 apiece.
It's always great seeing him when he takes the mound.
Well, you know it's going to be a great game if you said if Kevin Matthews takes the mound, because he's such a dominant pitcher out there. He's exciting to watch, as that one's going to be hit into the grandstand down the third base side. 2-2 still. Here comes the 2-2. Ooh, swing and a miss there by Riley Palmer, and Michael Doloff's going to start his relief appearance by dusting off Palmer.
Yeah, that pitch was way inside.
He really tied up Palmer on that one. Palmer thought he could choke up on the bat and make contact on that, but swung and a missed on it. So Jeff Smith will step in with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. He struck out swinging both times up so far today. It's going to be a ball outside. 1-0 now on Smith. That's a ball as well. 2-0 now. 89-mile-an-hour fastball misses. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. One's going to be grounded over to the third baseman, Maloney. He's going to throw down to first, and on a strong throw from Maloney right into the glove of Nick Wilson. It's going to get him. So 2 up, 2 down for Michael Doloff as Nick Krause stands in. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out swinging and hit by pitch. Nick Krause from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's going to ground that one over to the shortstop Martinez on a slow dribble. And they're going to get him. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Michael Doloff, and that's exactly what he needs. A good inning from him in relief. And we go to the top of the 8th inning, where due up for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers will be Alex Maloney, Dan Kennan, and Conrad Kowalczyk. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 8th inning, and we have a pitching change, Dan.
Yes, we do.
Travis McQueen is out. He had a less than stellar performance with 1 inning pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Just not what he wanted to do out there.
Not at all.
But Luke McCaddy's going to come in now, and I believe his second appearance of the year.
Yes, you're right, Brian.
Swing and a miss there from Alex Maloney. It's going to be a strike, 0-1.
He is the son.
He's the son, like the star that
No,
in our solar
he's the
system?
son of Shane McCaddy.
Oh, the manager of the...
Yeah.
I already knew that. I'm just messing with
Okay.
you. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Don't be like that, Brian.
I know. I'm just having fun with you, Dan. Comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike, catching the outside edge. 1-2. Comes the 1-2. He's going to drive that one right up the middle for a base hit. And Alex Maloney is on for the second time today. He's 2 for 4. It's a multi-hit game in his first game here at the USPBL. And so now Dan Kennan will step in. He scored on a pass ball his last time up. First pitch to Kennan's going to catch the outside corner, 0-1. One pitch is going to be hit into the air. Abbott's coming over to make the catch, and it's going to be bobbled by Farrell as neither player had called off one another. And so the throw into second is going to be poor, but luckily it rolls over to the third to Blackstone. And that error is going to allow runners at second and third. So Dan Kennan reaches second base on an E8. Alex Maloney's all the way over at third, and the Beavers have runners in scoring position for the third inning in a row. So Conrad Kovalchuk will step in. He's already got an RBI single today. Looking to add on to that. So that one's in low for a ball, 1-0.
And the Warrior Mammoths got action in their bullpen. It's the righty Joe Sharon, or lefty Joe Sharon, that is.
That one's going to be drilled hard down the right field line, but foul. Actually, just barely missed the fan who wasn't paying attention. And now there's a mob of people running over to get that foul ball. A 1-1 count on Conrad Kovalchuk with runners at second and third and no outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
I mean, Brian, it's a free baseball. Why wouldn't you?
So that one's going to be outside 1-0, or 2-1. What am I saying here? Yeah, Dan, see, if I was one of the first people to notice and run after it, I would. But, like, when you're, like, the 8th or 9th person starting to run after it, well, you're not going to beat out everyone else. 2-1 pitch is going to be hit on a line to right field, but Abbott's there to make the catch. They're going to tag up and score from third base as Alex Maloney as Kennan advances the third. And that'll go down as an unearned run for Luke McCaddy. And it's a 8-1 lead now for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers. Conrad Kovalchuk has his second RBI of the game. Thomas Rulis will step in now. Hit a base hit his last time up. First pitch is going to be in there for a ball, 1-0. Thomas Rulis has a man at third with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Chance to extend this lead further for the Beavers. Swing and a miss there. 1-1. Big rip there on an 85-mile-an-hour fastball from McCaddy. Hits that one off the end of his bat into foul territory. 1-2. It's going to be high. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. The 2-2 pitch is in. He's going to flare that one over the left field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and that's going to make it 9-1 on the RBI base hit for Tom Rulis. So now DeAndre Clark will step in. He's got himself an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 3. And still 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Rulis down there at first base, the only man on the paths right now. He's going to fly that one way high in the air, as Yetzko's going to go out into the outfield and make it. Called off by Abbott, and Abbott makes the catch as his hat falls off.
That wind.
We have 2 out now. So Michael Metashevsky will come in. He had his first hit of the USPBL career last at bat when he hit for a double. He's going to hit that one way high in the air, and coming over is Palmer and Kraus. Palmer's going to make the catch, and that's going to be it for the inning. But the Beavers end up scoring 2 more on an RBI single from Kovalchik and Rulis. So we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, where due up for the Mammoths is going to be Hagen Wilkie, the DH. Following him will be R.J. Fuhr and Jabba Farrell. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here for the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's an 8-1 lead for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers.
It's been all Beavers.
It's been all Beavers all game. Both pitchers had phenomenal starts. Kevin
Yes, they
Matthews
did.
went 6 innings with 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. David Ernst, don't let the stat line fool you. He may have had 4 earned runs, but those just became because of 2 poor pitches to Nick Wilson, who hit him out of the park.
Yep.
And he went 6 innings pitched with 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And like I said, don't let the 4 earned runs fool you. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Beavers. Michael Doloff is done after a solid inning of work. He went 1-2-3, didn't allow a hit, a run, a walk, or a strike, or had 1 strikeout, I should say. And now it's going to be Cam McKenzie's going to come in. And
Seen McKenzie quite a few times.
he is a solid reliever in the bullpen for the Beavers.
He has 8 innings pitch. Does have a loss of the season. Has only given up 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. ERA is 2.25 and WHIP is 138.
It's 0-1 now on Hagen Wilkie as he swung and missed at the first pitch he offered to him. It's going to be outside, 1-1 now. In case you're just tuning in, the Beavers get out to an early 1-0 lead thanks to a solo shot from Nick Wilson. Absolutely crushed that one to center field. Then it was tied up after Riley Palmer scored on a pass ball in the bottom of the second. Swing and miss there, 2-1 now on Wilkie. Or 1-2, I mean. And then it's been all Beavers since. A 3-run shot from Nick Wilson made it 5-1. After the RBI single from Kovalchik made it 2-1. He swings and misses at that one. He goes down on strikes. Cam McKenzie strikes out the first batter he sees, and R.J. Farrell will step up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Beavers pitchers definitely getting the best of the Woolly Mammoths here.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic. They've played 7 complete innings, and they've had 5 1-2-3 innings. They've only surrendered 1 hit to this point against the Mammoths.
That happened to be McKenzie's 7th strikeout of the season.
That pitch to R.J. Fier is going to be a ball, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be hit right up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit for R.J. Fier, and he continues to stay hot. He came into today's ball game hitting 138. He had 2 hits in Friday's ball game. He had 2 base hits, brought his average above 100, and then he has 2 walks today and now a base hit, so he's 1 for 1 today. So he's staying hot now.
And the bad decision he made back in the 3rd, getting caught stealing,
Well,
didn't slide.
yeah, he made it safely into second, but then overran the base and got tagged when he overran. Swing and a miss there from Jabba Farrell. He's 0 for 2 today. 0-1 count on him now.
So still a man to watch when he gets on the base pads.
And 1 man on, 1 out here.
I mean, watch out for it, that is.
Yeah, R.J. Fier is he's a speedster down there on the base path, that's for sure. As there you go, he's going to run, try and steal second. He's going to be picked off again.
Wow. Ooh. Brutal.
This time he did slide, but just got a late jump on it.
And then Shane McCaddy, as if his head down over there at 3rd.
So now there's 2 outs. Or caught stealing. I said picked off. I meant caught stealing. The 1-1 pitch is going to be in there for a ball. 2-1 now. So 2 outs now for Jabba Farrell and the bottom of the 8th inning. Two 2-1 pitch is going to be away and low. 3-1. One's going to be a strike. Full count now, 2 outs on Jabba Farrell. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed, and a strikeout for Cam McKenzie. He's going to end the inning. He goes
Great inning
1,
for
2,
him.
3. The sixth 1-2-3 inning for the Birmingham-Bloomfield Beavers today. And we go to the top of the ninth inning, where the Beavers still maintain a 9-1 lead, 8-1 lead, 9-1 lead. And when we come back, leading off for the Beavers is going to be Nick Wilson, who has 2 home runs already today. Following him will be Nick Buckner and DJ Martinez. So we'll be back shortly with more. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the ninth inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here. It's a 9-1 lead for the Beavers as Nick Wilson set to lead it off, trying to get his 3rd home run.
And, Brian, we have another pitching change for the Mammoths.
Yeah, as Luke McCaddy's relief appearance is kept short. He only goes 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of which was earned. No walks and no strikeouts. So, not terrible, but not the greatest either. As Corey Kimber is in now, throwing 76 on his first pitch, but this man can throw some heat.
Oh, yeah, he can. Gotta stand back in the batter's box if you want to get a piece of it.
It's an interesting matchup. Nick Wilson with all the power and Corey Kimber with all the velocity. See who wins this battle. That one's going to be another off-speed pitch. This one's going to miss 1-1. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be in there. 2-1. Or it was an 80-mile-an-hour pitch. Not throwing any heat so far.
Don't worry, Brian. He will, though.
Well, I can't blame him for being cautious around Nick Wilson, though.
Yeah.
'Cause Nick Wilson will hit with the best of them. 84 miles an hour. 3-1 now.
Yeah. Any pitcher going up against Nick Wilson, you got to be careful no matter where you place the ball.
Yeah, Nick Wilson will destroy pretty much any pitch you give to him if you put it in the location he likes. Comes the 3-1. It's going to be a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's going to miss. The first fastball we've seen from Kimber now. And he's going to walk Nick Wilson. So Wilson is 2 for 3 today. And Nick Buckner is going to step in. He's 0 for 4. He struck out swinging 3 times.
He was my player of the game. I'm out.
Yeah, you're definitely out of that race.
It's okay. I have next week and the week's coming.
Comes the first pitch to Buckner. It's going to be high for a ball, 1-0. 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
I think one of our interns here picked Nick Wilson today, didn't he? For player of the game.
Yes, he did.
Who was Steve's guy again?
Steve's guy is Alex Abbott.
Okay.
Abbott is 0 for 3. It's going to be inside for a ball, 2-0. I chose Miodazuski, and he's got a hit, so technically I guess I'm winning. He got a double. It's going to miss again, 3-0, and Corey Kimber having trouble finding the strike zone here.
Still throwing the heat, though. I mean, starting to hit 90.
That's what his thing is, though, is he throws really hard, but finding the strike zone's a different battle. 3-0 pitch. Miss outside. He's going to walk Buckner on 4 straight pitches. And so the first 2 men are on due to walks. Cross is going to come out and talk to Kimber, try and settle him down a little bit. So runners in scoring position for the Beavers here in the top of the 9th inning for DJ Martinez. 0 for 3 today. He walked back in the 5th inning.
I really like his walk-up song selection. Creepin' by Eric Church.
Not much of an Eric Church fan of myself.
What about Kenny Chesney?
Kenny Chesney, yes, I am.
Okay.
Kenny Chesney is one of those country singers who sounds just as great live as he does recorded.
100% agree with you.
Swing and a miss there from DJ Martinez. Blows that one by him at 95 miles an hour. And if Kimber has a lot of potential.
Yes, he does.
He just needs to work on his control a little more because, man, I mean, I know he said it a million times, but he can throw in the upper 90s. Last night we saw him, or not last night, but the other night we saw him throw at 98.
It's
Swing and a miss
just,
there, 0-2.
Control problems.
Yeah, if he can find the strike zone a little more consistently, he would be basically unstoppable. I mean, he's already got like a 130 ERA, so clearly he's doing good work on the mound. But he throws a lot of pitches in relief because he tends to throw a lot of balls as well. The 0-2 pitch is going to be, on the outside edge, and Martinez does not agree with that one. He thought that was outside. And after a 4-pitch walk, a 3-pitch strikeout for DJ Martinez. So now with 1 out and 2 men on, Alex Maloney will step in. He's a 2 for 4, a multi-hit game, and his first game with USPBL.
That happened to be Kimber's 9th strikeout of the season.
It's hard for these hitters to catch up on pitches that are
Yeah.
so fast. Let's see what Maloney can do. This is Maloney's first time ever seeing Corey Kimber. He's going to ground that one fouled on the third base line. Surprised he caught up enough with to hit it. 0-1 on him now.
Just got to make sure your batting gloves are tight and your helmet's on tight as well, especially with the heat he's throwing.
Imagine hitting a ball off a pitch that hard. And with how some of these players don't wear batting gloves,
Oh.
I can only imagine how much that would hurt.
Especially with the lumber. Oh, gosh. I can't even imagine.
And a cold game, too. 0-1.
Oh, don't even
That's
go
going to
there.
be in the dirt. 1-1. At least they're not using metal bats. That would make it way worse.
Yeah.
Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now on Maloney.
Maloney shaking his head on that one. Why did I swing?
Yeah, 79-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, low and away. I think he was expecting the heat again there. So he was swung way early on a pitch that was like 20 miles an hour slower than what Kimber can throw. The 1-2 pitch is going to miss just on the outside edge. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. Two pitch is going to get away from Kraus as it's going to go all the way down to the warning track on the left side of the foul territory. And that's going to allow the runners to advance to second and third. So now Maloney has a chance to score 2 runs if he can get a base hit here. It's a 3-2 count with 1 out, and the runners at second and third here in the top of the 9th inning. The Beavers already have a 9-1 lead, but they're just looking to add on a couple more here.
Could get his first RBI of the season.
Yeah, he's already got a multi-hit game to start his season here. Comes the 3-2 pitch. He's going to ground that one over to the second baseman. Going to throw it on to first and get him, but meanwhile, a run is going to score and make it 10-1. So it'll be a RBI ground out for Alex Maloney, his first RBI here with the USPBL. Put out from assist from the shortstop Smith. Dan Kennan will step in now with 2 outs and a runner at second base. His team is leading 10-1. First pitch Kennan sees is a 79-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, 0-1.
It's been all Beavers.
All Beavers all game, Dan, that's for sure.
Mammoths only have 2 hits in the game.
Pitch is going to be on the outside edge, and it's going to be a strike, 0-2. I'm not sure I agree with that call. One looked a little bit outside. Kennan didn't look like he agreed with it either. Kennan is 1 for 4 today. He has a base hit and scored on a pass ball. It's his 3rd inning in a row having an at-bat. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be low and away. 1-2 now. One-two pitch outside. Count is even now. Two apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for runner at second base. Alex Maloney, just a few moments ago, got his first RBI with the USPBL, grounding out, scoring Nick Wilson from third base. And they have a confident 10-1 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be it for the inning as Corey Kimber strikes out Dan Kennan.
Last chance for the Woolly Mammoths.
Yes, sir, Dan. It's going to be the last call for the Westside Woolly Mammoths as we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be the 1-2-3 batters off to lead it off. Kent Blackstone, Ian Yetzko, and Alex Abbott. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned for the final inning. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 9th inning. It's the last call for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here.
Beavers have another pitching change.
And they're going to end the ball game using Kevin Martin. Kent McKenzie does a good job in his 1 inning of work. He only gave up 1 hit. No walks, no earned runs, and struck out 2. The 1 hit that they did have got caught stealing.
That was R.J. Fuhr
Yes, sir.
for the 2nd time.
So now leading it off for the Beavers here, or the Westside Woolly Mammoths, my bad, is going to be Kent Blackstone.
Once again, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
We hope you enjoyed today's ball game. Just got 3 outs left. It's a 10-1 lead for the Beavers. Pitch going to be high for a ball, 1-0. Blackstone is 0 for 3 today. He has 2 swinging strikeouts and a ground out. That pitch is going to be way inside, 2-0. Comes the 2-0 pitch. It's me outside, 3-0 now. Beavers need just 3 outs to end this ball game. Kovalchuk's going to come out and have a talk with Martin. Try and get on the same page here. There's nothing to be afraid of with a 10-1 lead, I feel. Three-0 pitch outside. He's going to walk him on 4 straight pitches. So Westside Woolly Mammoths trying to do something here and trying to do anything amount of comeback as they trail by 9 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Ian Yetzko will step in now. It is 1 man on with no outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He is 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, fly out, fly out. First pitch he sees, he skies in the air. Shallow right field. And Buckner's going to make the catch. So the first pitch Yetzko sees, he pops out over to the right field. Alex Abbott will step in now. He's 0 for 3 today as well. Actually, everyone is 0 for 3 on this team except for Riley Palmer. He has the sole hit for the Mammoths today. Swing and a miss there. 0-1 now.
That was a big cut.
Yeah, big cut on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Abbott's hitting .234, has 11 hits, 7 RBIs, but like you said, 0 for 3 today.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. He's going to sky that one shallow, not even out of the infield, as Martinez is going to get underneath it just on the edge of the outfield grass and make the catch. So 2 quick outs after that 4-pitch walk for Martin. So Riley Palmer is going to be the last chance for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. He's got the only hit on today's ball game. He stole second, stole third, and then scored on a pass ball. Done a fantastic job for them today, and doing what he could to help them stay alive. So that one's going to be in for a strike, 0-1. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Kevin Martin. No, I said Jeff. And he's throwing some heat here today. He's really going back to get all what he can on those. Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-2. And the Mammoths are down. The Mammoths are down to their last strike. What was that, Dan? What was that noise, man?
I don't know.
You have me dying over here.
Throwing the heat.
That was a funny noise, Dan. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and on 3 straight pitches, Riley Palmer goes down and strikes. And that's going to end the ball game for the Beavers. They're going to win 10-1.
Wow,
A dominating win for them, and we cruised through this game
we did.
in just 2.5 hours compared to yesterday's game that went 4. And they're going to strand Blackstone at first base. So the win goes to Kevin Matthews. He goes a dominating 6 innings pitched with 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And the loss is going to go to Ernst. And I've said it before, but don't let his stat line fool you. He actually had a really good game today. But it was just Nick Wilson is his kryptonite. Hit 2 home runs off him for 4 earned runs.
I mean, it was all Beavers. Mammoths are going to have a lot of practice to do throughout this week until Thursday, that is.
The Mammoths, or the Beavers, just had an all-around phenomenal game. They had their offense really chiming, really clicking. And then on top of that was their pitching. Their pitching was phenomenal, too.
Yes, it was.
You know, I'm just going down the list here. Matthews, like I said, goes 6 innings pitched with no earned runs, 9 strikeouts. Phenomenal day for him. Goes 87 pitches. Michael Doloff goes 1 inning pitch with no hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Cam McKenzie goes 1 inning pitch with 1 hit, no earned runs or walks, 2 strikeouts. And Kevin Martin goes 1 inning pitched with no hits, no runs, obviously none earned, 1 walk, and a strikeout. So just all across the board, fantastic outing for them.
Yes.
And just 2 hits today for the Westside William Adams. They've got to be really kicking themselves.
You know what? What a coincidence. Well, of course, the score was only 10-1, but what if it was 10-2? 10 hits, you know?
Oh, because that would reflect how many hits and runs they have.
Yeah. But, you know, it was a great game. I mean, fast game. But, yeah, I mean, who you can go for the player of the game?
It's
gotta
obvious.
be Matthews, right?
It's a toss-up between Kevin Matthews and Nick Wilson.
I
I'll
mean,
tell you what, whichever you choose, I'll choose the opposite of, because they both deserve.
I'm going with Matthews.
So Kevin Matthews, yeah, for sure. I mean, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings at 87 pitches. He really fixed what his key issue was. Is his control resulted in high pitch counts and lots of walks. He always struck out a lot.
Yeah.
But his control issue resulted in lots of walks and high pitch count. Today, he really fixed that. He's been working all week in bullpen sessions trying to keep his pitch count down.
Which is great to see.
Like I said, he only went 87 innings pitched with 9 strikeouts and only 2 walks today with 1 hit. He was phenomenal.
Like you said earlier, don't be surprised that he gets offers.
Oh, I think for sure he will. He definitely deserves some. And for me, I guess since you went Kevin Matthews, I'm going to say Nick Wilson.
Oh my gosh.
Nick Wilson went 2 for 3. He had a solo shot in the first, a 3-run shot in the 6th for combined 4 RBIs, and then also drew 2 walks. Phenomenal game from him. We also saw RBIs today from Thomas Rulis, Conrad Kovalchik, the new guy Alex Maloney, and Denandre Clark as well. So no slouches at any point in this lineup.
Not at all. I mean, it was all Beavers and from the start. And, you know, like I said, the William Mammoths have a lot of work to do. Both these teams came into this ball game struggling, you know, getting those wins.
And this is
finding a way to get wins.
This is going to be the type of game, Dan, that they're going to look back later in the season and say this was a turning point for us.
Yes, it was.
This really is going to show them the Beavers that they can hit like with the rest of them.
Yeah, we have lots of baseball left of this season, so anything can happen. I mean, yeah, you have the Unicorns and the Diamond Hoppers, which we saw last night was a long game. But those 2 teams right now are dominating in the league, but you never know. The Beavers could turn it around here.
Well, Dan,
so is the William Mammoths.
Right here, right now was game 25. We are a third of the way through the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 66% of the season left, and like you said, the season can turn around for any of these teams. You could see the Unicorns go on a massive losing streak and the Mammoths go on a massive winning streak, and it'll be neck and neck next thing you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still a lot of season left to play, so even the standings right now don't mean a whole lot.
No, it
and
doesn't.
So there's still a lot of left season to play, and we'll see how this turns out. But Dan, who's playing on Thursday? What's going on next time we'll be here? Obviously, we have Vintage Classic Baseball for the 200th year anniversary of Utica.
Yes, it's going to be packed here at the ballpark, especially in downtown Utica. So if you're planning on getting to the ball game, get here early because it's going to be nuts.
Parking's going to be nuts.
Especially with the 5 o'clock traffic, people coming home from work. But, yeah, 200 years downtown Utica celebrating. So vintage baseball, that's going to be awesome to see and watch.
Who's playing Thursday evening at 7:05?
Thursday evening, we have the Diamond Hoppers against the Unicorns.
Great matchup there. Those guys are like
Yeah.
eternal rivals. We saw yesterday that 17-15 ball game.
I'm gonna have to. We gotta have to prepare ourselves for that game.
We're gonna have to prepare a sleeping bag and stuff.
Exactly.
And then we saw the last time they faced off before that was a walk-off win, 10-9 for the Unicorns. So it's always a tight, close match between the two. It's always a blowout.
Yes, it is.
So that's gonna be an exciting game.
Yep.
And
It was a beautiful afternoon for ball game, and also once again, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, especially mine as well.
so from Jimmy John's Field, the final is 10-1. Beavers win it over the Mammoths. I'm Brian Fisher with Dan Dobler, and we'll catch you guys Thursday. Thank you all for listening.